This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. All right, good evening to everybody. We're a little slow tonight. I'm not sure if it's because we're tired or if I kind of forgot how to work things, but welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom W5KUB, and we kind of have a very informal show tonight. We just got in from Dayton last night, unloaded the truck, and I rebuilt the studio today. Also, one thing, we are having some issues on the internet. The same problem it looks like we had about 2 months ago, where our uplink up bandwidth was bad. So it looks like it's holding pretty good right now. If we start having problems, I'll stop the show and restart it at a lower bit rate. But we're going to hold it right here for now, and we're going to see how that works. I want to say hello to all of our listeners out there on WBCQ on 5130 kilohertz. World famous international radio station up in Monticello, Maine. So hello to Lord Robert up there taking care of our audio, and those guys do a great job for us up there. If you're listening on shortwave, you can join us on the web if you have a computer and the internet nearby. Just go to W5KUB.com, W5KUB.com, and you can watch the video, and you can even log in the chat room and chat with us. I'd like to ask everybody, even our new hams that are tuning in tonight on the webcast, please go up to the top of the page where the menu is and click on Facebook and join our webcast Facebook group. We're growing. I think we're around 6,000 members now, and you'll learn a lot about our show, where we're going, and just funny pictures that people post on here about our show, and it's just a good place to talk ham radio. So click on Facebook, join that. Kathy, we may need in a minute the name of the winner of that CAE 500. I'd like to maybe announce that again in a few minutes. We had a successful fundraising venture. We ran a one prize donation to help us cover the expense of our cost, and I think we made it. We had enough. Well, I think we had enough left over to buy me and Katie a hamburger. So hey, we did good. I'm happy about that. We had a lot of expenses. I think we had 11 nights at the hotel, 5 and 5, and then another one for astronaut Wheelock, and we paid for some of the flight expenses to get him down from Houston, and we just had a lot of expenses. But hey, I'm happy camper. I think we did good. Let me announce real quick. Oh, okay. I thought that was a 4.
I know, but it's a Y.
Does that look like a Y or a 4? Well, you can't see it. Heck.
We can't see it.
You can't see it. I don't know why it's going through there. But anyway, we did have a winner. Oh, Mark says my audio's on the left and Katie's on the right. Well, that works out real good. Hey, we did have a winner for the CAA 500. I don't know if he's in the room tonight or not, but it's NY2 MC Michael Corrento, Corentto, Corrento.
That's by Mick.
Mickey, yeah. Mick, NY2 MC Michael Corrento. So that was the winner that we pulled. Okay, so that's cool. Anyway, just wanted to let him know. I haven't personally notified him or anything yet. I don't even know if it knows if he won it yet. Shortwave frequency is 5130. People are asking in the chat room. Okay, so let's.
There's Mickey. He's in there.
Oh, is he in there? Mickey's in there?
Yeah, there he is.
Hey, look at there. Mickey is in there. Mickey, I want to tell Mickey. Hold on, Mickey. Mickey, this is my personal CAA 500, but you won a CAA 500, Mickey. Congratulations. It's a fine piece of test equipment. Okay, guys, let's get started there. And hey, tonight we don't have a formal show, but we're going to talk about Hamvention. This will be our post Hamvention. Let me see if I can bring Katie in here. Let's see if I can join Katie. There we go.
Great.
There we go.
Oh, perfect.
Well, it's not perfect, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Scoot.
That's good. Okay, so we're going to talk about kind of post Hamvention and all the good things, and hey, what little things were bad, they're going to work on fixing that next year. They've already started on it. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, I tell you, it was a different experience, wasn't it, Katie? It reminded me of a fair.
It was. It reminded me a lot of Hamcation. I think it maybe just because of having the various buildings, and it felt like being at a country fair because of all of the food vendors outside. I kind of kept expecting to see one of those swings, where people sit in a swing and go for rides. But it was. I really liked the facility a lot. And I have to say, this is the first time in I don't know how many years that I've come home from Hamvention, and I am not wiped out sick on this day. I mean, I think, all that black mold that was always falling from the ceiling and mustiness and just general yick always caught up with me, and I just guaranteed that I was going to come home sick. And and I'm actually stuffy now, but I'm pretty sure it's because all the trees around here are budding. But it was really nice to have a clean facility. Someone asked about the mud. Obviously, yeah, the folks, you can't guess that it's going to rain. I mean, it almost always rains at Hamvention a little bit, but that was some major weather that had rolled in, and I actually got a few photos to show from that. But holy cow, that was a lot of rain.
It was a lot of rain, and I think it happened 2 or 3 times during the weekend. And oh wow!
Yeah.
But hey, one thing I noticed, the restrooms. When I saw them, there were no lines.
Nope.
Really, I mean, I don't know how they did it.
Well, one thing I did see, there was a string of porta potties between the 2 buildings that we were in. And there was also the truck that came every day and emptied them. But there seemed to be an abundant number of those all over the place. And they weren't horrendous by any means. And I think a lot of that was because they were emptied out every night, restocked and what have you. And then the bathrooms, I never went into the bathrooms in the forum buildings, but I got a good amount of use out of the one in building 2. And,
when you said restocked, the bathrooms weren't restocked. I had to think about that a minute, but I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, we told you guys this was going to be kind of a casual show tonight. They ended up actually on Friday, they were having some difficulty keeping those bathrooms clean, but on Saturday morning there was a really nice couple that came in, and I regret now I didn't ask for their names, but it was a husband and wife team, and they literally were like the bathroom attendants and were in there all weekend long, and they were cleaning constantly, making sure there was plenty of towels, and the floors were clean, and it never smelled, that it was dry. I mean, really, it wasn't a horrible experience. And from what I heard from the guys, it wasn't bad in there either. And of course, the women, we never have, huge lines. But the only time I waited in a line, somebody says no audio.
Well, I think, yeah, you got audio.
Oh, somebody else hears it. Okay.
You got audio.
The only time I waited in a line was when the bathroom had closed temporarily for cleaning. Otherwise, it was seamless.
Yeah.
Obviously I've got a couple pictures of this on Friday when the show opened. There was a ton of traffic, and anybody who was there knows that people got stuck, and I guess Hamvention folks or the DARA folks had talked to the county and the police about having that one of those roads in to be open in both sides. It was only a 1 lane in each direction, and have both lanes coming into the fairgrounds, and they didn't want to do it. And they learned quickly that that was a bad choice, because obviously there was people sitting in traffic for 1 to 2 hours. At one point, on our way in, we didn't move anywhere. The only time we moved forward was because someone gave up and bailed out of line, and we actually jumped out of the car and started walking because we were afraid we wouldn't get to the place in time to just get our booth opened. But on Saturday, Sunday, no problem at all getting in and out. It was super easy, and we got in with plenty of time to set up and even go visit with some other vendors and get things ready to go.
Well, I know on Friday people were complaining it took them 2 hours to get in the gate, and I was worried about that Saturday morning, but the DARA people met with the locals about that problem, and the locals fixed it the next morning. There was no delay at all getting in.
Right. Yeah, that was well addressed. And I know there was issues with the tents that were considered building 6, I believe. Really kind of poor lighting, and there was some issues with the water. So they were going to be looking into that. But pretty much, I would say overall, I was able to talk to Michael Coulter and Ron Cranmer and about how they felt about things, and they said overall, they knew the main complaints, and they had a long list going, and the committee folks were well aware of it, and they were going to be having meetings to go through everything and put together their plans to fix it for next year. And of course, he said he'd be back on the show to talk with everybody about it, but wanted everybody to know that they certainly were on top of it. They're aware of what things need to be improved on, but they had 10 months to pull this all together, and I think they did an amazing job. I thought it was a great Hamvention. There was a ton of people. I don't know about numbers, but I swear there was more than I've seen in quite a long time. So we'll look for that. Obviously, the big thing was the mud out in the flea market. That got really, really bad with cars stuck and scooters stuck, and I think even the tractors got stuck, and there's just no way you could predict that. But I've heard rumors that maybe they're trying to put some rock down there for next year. I'm not sure. That might just be a rumor.
Well, okay. So, hey, you got some pictures? I've got some pictures. I rounded up. Yep. And, man, okay, we've got videos that we recorded at the event that we never had a chance to play during the show. But tonight we're not going to be able to play them there. Some of them are too long. Some of them are 30 minutes long. We'll figure out how to play those. We might just post them on our channel and let people tune them in. But let's look at your pictures.
Sure. All right. Well, let me click on the button here. And if you guys don't mind, I really need to kind of blow my nose. Sorry.
That's all right. I'll put it on me. Okay. There you go.
There you go. Thank you. All right. So hopefully I got this right. So we will share screens. That's what I want.
Yes.
And I want this one. Choose that one and start. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work. I know there's always a little bit of delay.
Yeah,
so
it's there.
All right, perfect. So this was when we arrived on Thursday morning, coming in for setup, and just kind of getting our first view of the fairgrounds, and some of the normal. It looks like the same event parking staff that we used to see in previous years, but as you can see in the back there, you're seeing some of the buildings set up and ready to go. I'm gonna try to click fairly quickly through these. I'm sorry about I think if I go to slideshow, it has a mind of its own. Let's see what happens here. No, I guess it doesn't really make a difference.
Maybe just
so there was the administration building. There's some of the porta potties. Oh, I guess there's 2 of them. I had so many I wanted to share them twice. So when we got there, here's what our booth looked like. I'm going to go back to regular so I can manage my clicking forward. I apologize. So this is what we walked into and what we had for setup, and had to bring everything in. So we thought, okay, well, here we go. And it looks like maybe some of my photos are going to be a little bit out of order. I'm sorry, but over there you'll see that's Robert W5KUB and Rob W6RJ, the Ferraros that were there. And so here's our truck that came down. Up here on the truck, that's my boss, Steve W4SHG. He is the national sales manager, and he went early out to Milwaukee store where all the inventory was and got it all prepared and ready to roll. And so here he was pushing. He got all of these things stacked up and ready to go. and came down on the trailer, and the guys just hauled everything along. So there's Steve and there's Leon from the Portland store, and Dee is rolling things in. So you can see just basically initially it was all just about getting in there. So I thought, since, being a vendor and most people don't ever get to see what it looks like before, how we get everything up and running, I thought it might be fun to kind of go through these real quick. So getting everything pulled in there, and it was really big. And then in the middle of it, Lee stops by, K2HAT. So here we are setting up, and flea market pass if you're in here early. So he said, well, better get a picture quick. So so I stuck in for a minute, took a photo, and then I said, all right, get out of here. I got to get back to work. And so there's the Ferraros again still working. It's, ham family business and all hands on deck.
All right, Katie,
Yeah.
stand by a second.
Okay.
I'm seeing anybody getting the webcast right now? Let's.
It looks like it's.
Let's see if anybody's getting it.
Buffer time.
Okay, let's say they. Okay, we should be coming back up now. Let's see. All right, let's get a report real quick from our viewers out there. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it comes up here. All right, let's see what happens. I don't think we're going to be able to get a show out, to tell you the truth. Look at output settings again.
Jeez, my phone is all stuck too. The site with the video, that's for sure.
Well, we may be coming back up. I don't know. I think the
Marty's calling you. It looks like maybe he can take it on for you.
Marty's calling me where on.
I saw it pop up down there.
Let me see if I. Hey, Marty.